Oh boy, okay, this one's gonna be a long one. Now, this is. I didn't see this incoming. I don't think anybody saw this incoming. I don't even think the guy himself saw this one coming. And there's a lot to dissect here. If you're in Wonderland time, if you are a big believer in Daniele Sesta, if you believe in the abracadabra ecosystem, whether it's spell, mim, time, rap memo, whatever it is, you're going to want to watch this. And I think I'm the first to cover it. I was in bed. I was trying to fall asleep watching some Naruto. And I got a notification that Sesta said, well, I need to address this. As a matter of fact, let's open up the tweet right over here. So today, allegations about a team member, and this came out literally 20, 30 minutes ago, if that. One of our team members, Sifu, will circulate. Allegations will circulate. Now, what's these allegations? We'll get to in a second. I want everyone to know that I was aware of this and decided that the past of an individual doesn't determine their future. This is going to be key to understand. I choose to value the time we spent together without knowing his past more than anything. Many people in the world are judged by their early mistakes. This comes prevalent into the life of ex-inmates that can't get access to financial services after being felons. One of the reasons why blockchain technology and DeFi is so powerful is that it has no biases about your past, which is true. I have no bias about Sifu. He has become a friend and part of my family, and if my reputation or judgment will be hit by this dox, then be it. All frogs for me are equal. As I fight for him, I will fight for anyone else that has proven to me to be a good actor despite the past. I keep looking forward into the future rather than crystallize back. Hope you do too. What does this mean? Well, off the heels of what has recently been happening inside of Wonderland, oh boy, it's already starting. Off the heels with the recent liquidations, we have this news. And this comes at 2 in the morning Eastern time. And oh boy, when people wake up, is this going to be even worse than you can imagine right now? So what exactly is happening? Well, we could see Zach XBT, and he literally labels himself a detective. Like I'm so shocked on what this man is able to find. So again, this is at 1:47 a.m. So about an hour ago or so. And the message says, the tweet says, this needs to be shared. Sifu is the co-founder of Quadriga CX. Michael Patron. That's the Canadian exchange that collapsed in 2019 after the founder, Gerald Cotton, disappeared with 169 million. I have confirmed this with Daniele over messages. Now, let's see the messages between Daniele and Zach, right? I came across something rather odd about that. About Dubai? No, about Sifu. Or about Sifu. Oh, he's like, oh, what's up? Well, he's the Quadra guy. Just blatantly like that. Sesta says, I cannot confirm, but I have thought about this a lot. Now, here's what I find interesting is that if we go back to Sesta here, he says, I want to let everyone know that I was aware of this and decided that the past of an individual doesn't determine the future. But what was said to Zach is completely different. What he said to Zach is, I cannot confirm, but I have thought about this a lot. Dangerous to be working with, sir. And so this is why I said I really wanted to bring up this point, is because the story just doesn't add up. Again, it could just be lost in translation on my side, giving Sesta the benefit of the doubt here. But to say this, to say I cannot confirm, but at the same time telling everyone I was aware of this and decided that the past of an individual, I mean, it's kind of clear cut that, you know, either you knew, but you're saying you didn't know. Yes, but yeah, it's a problem in the PR at this point. Alex, my partner, told me. So again, the press. How are you going to manage this if it comes out? I don't have an answer. I can count on a single hand how many people know. We started this together without knowing. Is interesting, you know. I thought he was more careful. I have my ways. AKA, hey, I am. Zach must be somebody really entrenched. in whatever ecosystem he's in to have a lot of this backdoor information. So let's go to Zach's second point here. Prior to Quadriga, Michael helped run an identity theft ring called Shadow Crew, in which he later pleaded guilty to. While Danny insisted it is fine, he puts both his rep on the line and, along with, most importantly, all the money people have deposited in his protocols at risk. I can't defend the guy right now. I'm given my money's in there, most likely your money's in there. And everybody who I tried to say be patient to, let's see what Sesta and Sifu come out with tomorrow, meaning, after the liquidation process, and they rallied people up positively. It just this just washed away everything and now leaves a huge mountain of doubt, which price is probably still crashing. So yeah, it's just going to capitulate from here. It's not going to end well. So here we go. I don't know what to do though. I feel like he's a good man. Spent a lot of time with him recently. Do you think I should get him slowly out? But yes, is my highest risk to my reputation. That's what my PR/security manager told me. You're willing to put your entire rep on the line and also risk everyone's money? No, I'm not. Well, that's what you're doing. I can't argue. So I never would have expected this, but you can not sit on it any longer, especially after the events experienced earlier this week with time. So let's get into this. Quadriga co-founder served time in U.S. prison for his role in identity theft ring, documents revealed. So over here, the co-founder of troubled cryptocurrency exchange Quadriga CX is a convicted felon who served time in the U.S. for his role in identity theft ring. Michael Patron helped launch Quadriga's trading platform in 2013 alongside Gerald Cotton. The company has come under intense scrutiny since Cotton, its chief executive, died at the age of 30 from complications of Crohn's disease while on his honeymoon in India last December, leaving the exchange's users unable to access $250 million in cash and crypto. So Mr. Patron has has denied that he lived in the United States more than a decade ago under the name Omar Dahani. Now, this is really important. A California resident who pleaded guilty in 2005 to one count of conspiracy to transfer identification documents. At the time, Mr. Dahani was a member of an online marketplace called Shadow Crew. Remember that was mentioned before with the identity, with the stolen identities, that traffic in stolen identity and card numbers. There we go. However, the Globe and Mail has uncovered numerous documents, including 2 booking photos of Mr. Dahani obtained through public records requested from Passaic County Sheriff's Department in New Jersey. I'm not kidding. Passaic County is literally 15 minutes away from me. When I go to my parents, I drive into Passaic County. It's something that really hits home here, linking the 2 names. On February 8th, correspondence with the Globe, Mr. Patron denied that he and Mr. Dahani are the same person. Look at these, okay? The combo right here, the combo photo shows Omar Dahani on the left, right? And then Michael Patron from a YouTube interview that was streamed in 2015 on the right. So on February 8th, correspondence between the Globe and Michael Patron denied that he and Mr. Dahani are the same person. When the Globe presented some of its findings, he said he would need to conduct further research. Much of this is news to him and outside of the usual social media chit-chat that he wrote. So this week, Globe informed that they obtained the booking photos, which we just saw. And then they pretty much asked Michael Patron at this point, because he's changed his name, well, I obviously disagree with your conclusion. I have to wait for counsel prior to responding more thoroughly, which is unlikely to happen before your deadline, aka, oh dang it. This is not looking too hot. So Quadriga Fintech Solutions Corp was granted creditor protection in Nova Scotia in February for $180 million in cryptocurrency holdings that is missing. And Mr. Patron and his partner, Lovey Harner, remain 2 of Quadriga's largest shareholders, and he hasn't had any involvement in the company operations since 2006. However, this is important. 2002, court documents show Mr. Dahani was an active member of ShadowCrew.com. What did Shadow Crew do? Shadow Crew was specializing in basically identity theft. Fake IDs, fake documents, whatever it is. A site described by U.S. prosecutors as a hub of online identity theft activity. The website trafficked in more than 1.5 million stolen credit card and bank card numbers according to court filings. So fall 2004, the Secret Service investigated the site and took down 20 individuals participating in that online marketplace, and Mr. Dhani was one of them. And just so you know, his involvements on the marketplace was he was providing money laundering services to other members on that marketplace for a 10% cut, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Jersey. And we can see right over here, Mr. Dhani was confined to 24-hour house arrest. His 2000 Mercedes-Benz, $5,000 cash, $2,000 in Western Union was all seized. And we can see right over here, he was later sentenced to 18 months in federal prison and released May 2007. But here we go. He also pleaded guilty to a number of charges, including second-degree burglary and grand theft the following month in Orange County, according to court dockets. And by the way, Omar Patron, just so you know, since this name is mentioned, I didn't cover it before, is that Mr. Dhani had an alias in the real world. The U.S. court records say he went by the name of Omar Patron. So again, his name just keeps flip-flopping everywhere. 2009, he was deported to Canada. That year, a Vancouver-based company called MPD Advertising Inc. was incorporated, listing the two directors, Michael Patron and Nazim Dhani. Interesting. So the article goes on and basically breaks down everything that that Dhani pretty much, or Patron, I don't even know what to call him, kind of goes through. So again, the authorities seized multiple different domains, but what's really important is, in addition to shutting down Liberty Reserve US. So Liberty Reserve was an early and significant player in the digital currency space, promising to allow anyone to send and receive money around the world. Users were not required to validate their identities. Now, this is interesting because this is similar to Quadriga, right? So this is essentially similar to the platform where, Mr. Cotton, who was the CEO, ended up dying in India. So again, the relationship, the correlation to these sites, it's there. I mean, there's nothing else to say. He owned M-Gold, 30 various different domain names, and were directly involved in Liberty Reserve's money laundering operation. Attorneys for the Southern, again, there's a ton to dissect in here. This video would be really long if I went through it. And you could just see right over here, there's a number of similarities between Liberty Reserve and the Quadriga platform. Users looking to purchase crypto through Quadriga would first send money to a third-party payment processor. Their account then would be credited with Quadriga CX bucks, which could be used to purchase virtual currencies such as Bitcoin and on their platform. When users cash out, money would be deposited by the payment processors. However, it's important to note that Quadriga did require KYC, so identity verification, and Quadriga has never had any association with Liberty Reserve as far as the directors know. Now, this is where things are a little interesting. Online rumors about Mr. Patron's past in the United States dodged him for years, and there were frequent whispers in the Canadian crypto community about his history. And he pretty much sought to suppress the rumors last year by hiring Reputation.ca, a Toronto-based company that pretty much buries any type of negative press out there. So Reputation.ca created 10 different website articles that profiles Mr. Patron, touting him as a go-to spokesperson on fintech and a popular presenter at industry conferences. So again, the rest of the article is kind of useless here. Literally, I just opened up Twitter, opened up my notifications. I could see right over here 4 minutes ago, Michael Patron is Sifu. Somebody said this to me, no words to express my disgust. So again, we can just take a look at who Sifu is and his role in pretty much, his past criminal activities. And yeah, it's not looking too hot. It's just really not looking too hot. I don't know what else to say in this video. I can't defend anybody. I just can't do anything. I'm going to leave it open to a public forum, to a public discussion. Let me know on Twitter what you think. And that's it. I mean, Hidden Gem fam, that's all I can give you, because as of right now, I'm just at a loss for words because I don't know what to say. This is pretty horrific. But again, somebody's past shouldn't necessarily dictate their present state nor what they're going to do in the future. However, giving somebody that much power and control over what was billions of dollars and in the Treasury right now over 700 million, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I'll see you guys soon.